different gift. I'd outwork any other kid. Deep within our souls, we can feel there's something empty. We need something more. I feel destiny, she tempts me. Tells me there's two paths, they both have a different ending. Choose wise and you'll find that pain leads to ascending.
We are live. Here we go. Gonna make tonight's episode look. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. 7:15 on a Tuesday night. You know where we're at. We're at Tackle Talk. You guys know what time it is. It's time to go through the day's events. It's time to go through the week's events. It's time to have another episode, the 50th show. The 50th show, guys. Big round of applause. I'm super excited. How cool is that, man? 50 shows, you guys. Are you kidding me? This has been a run. Let's give a shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Kristen J coming in first. Pam in Wonderland backing her up. Mark Barnhart, Mark Pappas, Gary Alwine. Look at you, Rod Slug. What's good, Mark Barnhart? Look at all the boys and girls in here. What are y'all doing? What's new, man? Oh, if you guys have been following the new Blue Pearl Chronicles, it is just one nightmare after another, but we are getting through it, brother. Yeah, baby. This is not good times. Looks like we got another little issue, you know. As you can see, I'm not even shaved. My hair's not done. I've been working on this fuel line thing, trying to get everything figured out, and it looks like we're going to end up having to get new fuel lines, boys and girls. Just when you thought it was over, then you go to the lake and you spend more money. But guys, big 50, appreciate that, Rod. Appreciate that, bud. Yeah, man, like I said, it has been an absolute blast. Guys, for those of you that have been watching here, we're going to do this kind of together. Last week, I was missing my buttons. All right, so if you head over to the home page, for those of you that come check out the channel every once in a great while, you'll notice we've added a few new sections. Tackle Talk's looking good, you guys. Getting a pretty steady stream of viewers. I appreciate that. I really do. We busted out with an awesome little short last week. That worked out. Not really. It cost a lot of money. That was about a month ago. But we got a new scene down here. We've got live fishing for those of you that want to come hang out in the afternoons on Mondays and Tuesdays. We got a lot to talk about tonight, boys and girls. We have got a lot to talk about. But then again, there's also down here, for those of you who are wondering, This Old Boat. That's a new series I started, the Blue Pearl Chronicles. I didn't know what else to call it other than Chronicle, because if I told you what I really thought about it, it probably wouldn't make for the best thumbnail. We have spent the last week, you guys, going through it, boys and girls. How's the audio? Am I too high? Anybody? Throw something in there for me so I can read it. Let me see what we got. Oh, I got to turn on my other device. Hold on, so I can see what you guys are talking about. What you talking about, Willis? Let me make sure this thing's turned all the way down. I made that mistake before and caught myself like doubling up. Oh, I'm so bad. I didn't even get the hot chat ready. Oh my God, sorry. When merch gonna pop off? I want a Dink Patrol t-shirt. It's hashtag Dink Slayer, Rob. Just so we're clear, it's hashtag Dink Slayer. It's a whole new line that I want to start here. Good here. Thanks, Pam. I sound good. Appreciate that, David. All right, I'm just double checking. We had that settings issue during the last update. I know you guys remember that. That was not good times. Not good times at all. But tonight, guys, we are talking about the new toys. You remember a couple of episodes of Tackle Talk back, we got started on this whole project and the mess that became the Blue Pearl Chronicles. You guys, your boy Beards has figured out how to use mega imaging. And I don't just mean a little bit. I mean, like, I've got some cool stuff to show you guys this evening. Give me 1 second. Let me pull some stuff up. I want to show you something real neat, man. I mean, my heart felt good when I seen this the other day. Let me do this. Oh, you guys are watching me. Here, let me go over here. You guys go over here. There you go. That's it. All right, now I'll go over here and do this. Yeah, I'm looking at you guys. Look, everybody's saying hi. Big50, thanks again, Rod, man. What is this thing? Not refreshing? Because that sounds about right. Let me see. No, that's not it. How about that? There it is. Hey, Kristen J. That should be about right. All right, sorry, guys. Give me a second, man. I'm looking for something. I should have had this already pulled up, but I didn't have much time today. I've been kind of busy. So the other day, I took the boy, and I taught him how to use the mega imaging. And you guys are going to absolutely think this is the coolest thing, man. Give me 1 second. Let me get this thing. Let me get this thing all set up. All right, so I put the boy on, like, I'm teaching him how to use the imaging, right? And he's watching it, and he's watching it, and he's like, Daddy, I can't cast far enough. I'm like, no, buddy, it's not really that far. So I gave him an idea how far this thing is, right? And I gave him Billy Baru. And you guys know about Billy Baru. Hold on, let me do this. You guys know about Billy Baru, right? That's the all-inclusive worm, the one that gets him. All right, so check this out, dude. Buddy sets hook. He sees the fish, okay? Sets hook, looks right at me. He's like, Dad, I freeze. I'm like, get it, bud. I don't know what else to tell you. You know what I'm saying? I can't really help you out at this point, man. You're kind of on your own. So he gets it up close to the boat, and he's like, Dad, grab it. I'm like, you better boat flip that thing. So here it is, guys, the official first pickle bass of his own doing, man, on mega imaging. Wow, man! Get your thumb in his mouth, bud.
That's your biggest one.
There you go. Thumb in his mouth. No, right here. On the bottom lip.
Good
Pinch
job.
it.
See, that's patient.
No, you're good. Just hold him by the bottom lip, just like that.
See there, that's patient.
He's so excited right now. That's right, Mark. Billy's the putter when you got to land the putt. When I need to land a fish, bud, I throw Billy Baru. Yeah, you feel him?
Yeah,
What's up, Wes Sims?
All
right, listen, I need you to get down on the water, and you're going to go ahead, step down.
Wait,
no, you can step down. You're okay.
No, my finger's just on his teeth.
Yeah, it's going to be. That's part of the experience, buddy. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Your finger's on his teeth. Hold him in the water now. Push him down. Let him go down. Go ahead.
He's so
Set him right
excited.
in there.
His
Hold
first
lip.
release, you guys. Here we go.
Hold his lips. Set him in the water. You're okay. He's not going to go anywhere, buddy. He's paralyzed. He's stunned. All the way down. Get his gills under the water. I'm recording like a dad. Look, and then I realized, oh my God, I got a GoPro right here. Ready? So we do the release. There, he's trying to breathe. There you go, all the way. All the way. Well done, Dad. You're blocking everything. See how he's moving
Great
his
work,
fins?
Dad.
Yeah.
He's ready to go.
I
Nice,
caught a
bud.
bat.
And he shows me his bass thumb.
Good job.
I actually.
All right, guys, so to give you an idea, did you notice at the back of that video? So there are two MLF pros right there that we just watched. You guys see the area that I'm circling right here? Probably about 50 yards ahead of us is two MLF pros that we were watching coming up the channel, right? Well, they have been Blanco and Nilo, and then the boy pulls a 2.5 legal fish, and if you didn't have one of those, man, that you needed that. And meanwhile, you look back at a 9-year-old using mega imaging, and he made it happen all on his own. So proud of him, man. So proud of him, you guys. A work in progress. How's the new spot, Rod? It's, yeah. We're going to talk about all that, Rod. We're going to talk about the pre-fishing tonight. I just wanted to show you. Hey, Tracy, welcome to the show. Tracy doesn't usually make it. Look at all y'all hanging out this evening, guys. I super duper appreciate that, man. You guys have no idea. Even the lives. Even the live fishing has been there. You know what I'm saying? Nice work there, Dad Beard. So I appreciate that, Wes. Hope you get settled in soon. What do you mean, Rod? Rod, are you talking to me? I'm all settled in, buddy. I live here, you know, and I've lived here for years. We're not settling in nothing. I'm teaching a boy how to be a man and fish. You know what I'm saying? That's what's important to me. He's doing so good, though. The video game system of fishing, guys, I'm not kidding. It's a game changer. Let me show you what happened this week. For those of you that missed it, because I'm sure some of you did, and that's okay, dude. Listen, you don't have to watch my stuff, and I totally appreciate every one of you that does, and it's really cool. I try to do as much stuff as I can live, though. You know, I really want you guys to see that, you know, I'm out here struggling sometimes, you know, and sometimes I'm not. So let me get into this. All right, here we go. Doo-doo. All right, so let's go over here. Let's go to the fishing game. Okay, I know some of you guys remember this. We'll go full screen. If you weren't there, then I'm sorry. I really can't do nothing
Right
for
up
you.
in the air, like, yeah, it's cool, man.
All right, so I'm having a moment.
$60,000 boat, I can do that. You know what I mean? Not at all caring about us little guys, you know.
I'm venting.
And no, Faye, there are no fish in this lake.
There's no fish in the lake. Faye said it the other day.
Nice.
All right, so
There
hold
ain't
on.
No reason for you to be over here.
I don't want you guys to hear all that. That got a little
Putting
crazy.
all my Oprah Winfrey bucks on it. Trust and believe that one.
Okay,
All
now
my Oprah Winfrey bucks are going on the next boat. 'Cause I am not dealing with this again. Collapse fuel line.
yeah, that's right. So we're learning something here, guys. Oh, painting all kinds of stuff. Oh, man. When it's done, I'll post it. Oh, nice. That's right. Wes, you got in the new house, didn't you? Granite countertops. Goodness. We know the feeling. Oh, talking to Wes. Hey, Faye, what are you doing? Okay, so let's get back to it. Sorry. Yeah, thanks, Rod. Appreciate it talking to Wes. Okay, so here we go. So I get off my game here for a little bit, right? And that kind of bothered me. So I started getting into the graphics, looking into the graphing, looking and paying attention to what's going on, you know, really trying to focus on what's going on and really trying to figure out what exactly it is I'm looking at. So I kind of started narrowing this down, right? Earlier in the trip, I showed you guys kind of what I'm looking at. So let's go over here together and we'll go here first so we can show you what I'm talking about. All right, guys. So this was the mega imaging for those of you guys that, okay. And we're back.
Just saw them. Look at all
right, I don't know what that's all about, guys. That was OBS. That wasn't me. That was not a crash. That was just a straight OBS issue right there. We had an update. All right, so to give you guys an idea, this is bottoms of like lily pads and things like that. Like we really haven't started seeing fish. Now you see that mark right there? That's a fish. And I'm pointing that out to myself, okay? But I still don't know how big that is. Now, here's a little fish right here. It's not the clearest thing and the easiest thing for you guys to see. But I'm going to start doing screen records on this so that you guys can really get an idea. We can replay it in the background like we're doing right here, except it'll be in like high def. Well, you'll be able to see what I saw, right? And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's go up here. I think this is where it is. All right, no, I'm still venting. All right, here we go.
kind of get an idea of what we're looking at.
Now, I'm just starting to really figure this out, okay? So I got an area I want to look at, and I'm understanding what the marks are starting.
Digital maximizer.
Here we go. Pay close attention to what happens here, guys.
I mean, I got a little school of maybe 3 over here, but I can't tell what it is. There's one bigger one following him up. I'm gonna stop. Let's see if I can't get that bigger one's attention.
I'm watching it on the graph.
Got it. Yeah, I got the bigger one's attention, guys. Oh, nice fish. You guys ready for this? Here. Oh, another nice jump. Look at this. Ah, yeah, huh? Come here. Come here. That's it. I told you. I told you. You can physically see them, dude. I saw that fish on the screen, bro. It's not freaking fair. It's not. Look at that sweet fish, huh? Absolutely beautiful. 2.5, 3 pounds. It's decent. Not a giant, but
We'll watch it go away.
you know, again, for live fishing.
There's Billy. Billy
I'm telling you
Baru.
right now, dude, that mega imaging is not a joke. Like, it's really not a joke, dude. You guys ready for this? Watch it go away! Alright, here we go.
Nice fish, huh? There's fish in there. You heard me say it, Faye.
See ya.
It's a dink. Thanks, Wes. No, Wes, that is actually...
Nice. All that time, man. I told you, dude, there's fish there on the mega imaging, man.
And this is what I'm talking about. So this kind of brings me into the topic of this evening's episode, you guys. When we first looked into this hummingbird thing, you guys remember the first thing that the ad said was maximize your time on the water. Let me tell you that we figured out where the fish were within 45 minutes today during today's live stream, and we got a little bit out of where I knew. We came between some pretty big buildings, some 2-story townhouses, and I knew we were going to lose signal. Dude, we hooked up. We hooked up. We figured a lot of stuff out. The open water in a 26-foot hole. It was fantastic, man. Dink Slayer on patrol. Yeah, no, Rod. Today we figured some stuff out, man. We really did. We figured out a lot of stuff today that really made me happy, because I can tell you right now, man, this system is just flat out awesome. Now that I've got it all tuned, I understand what I'm looking at, and I understand how to use it. Like, I'm noticing more dead space at this time of year that usually has fish than ever in the past. And I don't mean like, in the past I was only seeing giants, no, that's not the case at all. What I mean is that in the past, I would spend hours fishing some of these areas with no bites whatsoever. That's a dink in Michigan, Mark Pappas said. Tell him, Mark. Oh, now they're both in on me, huh? Okay, so check it out. Check it out. I didn't get any film today, okay? And I'm going to tell you why I didn't get any film today. You guys, breaking backs. I didn't get any film today because, like I said, the live went out when we got too close to the buildings. But we did find out how to utilize mega side and mega down imaging to really find bait schools of fish and then pick the big bass out. We caught fish today, not on camera because the live went out, but everything started happening all at once. Once we were efficient with locating the fish, my operation of the trolling motor today, in the given circumstance of the wind and the rain and everything that was going on, I think it went really, really, really well, man. I think it went really well. Just a fish story if it's not on camera. Rod, I believe that, and trust me, but listen, buddies, my buddy Patty's on today. He was going to come on. He was on the show this afternoon for the live. Next week, on the week before the tournament Tuesday, I'm going to see if Patty can come on for the live. And then he can tell you all about how this mega imaging has been working out. Oh my God. It's just, you guys are, here we go. Kristen J's piling on now too. No, you guys are awesome. I appreciate that, man. But yeah, Patty's seen it today, man. I let him work with that thing. We started to really understand. We got a 2D sonar unit on the back. We've got that Helix 5 chirp that Patty can use for seeing where fish are passing under the boat. As I'm calling them from the front, he's letting me know they've come across to the rear. We started doing some long back of the boat with the wind casts and bringing that stuff down 21, 22 feet. We found some really deep areas today that might not get as much action as you would think, but we're now starting an offshore game, boys. This is a total game changer. You're talking about targeting fish that usually don't experience any pressure at all. Our caught some musky bait. Oh, listen to this guy. Caught some musky bait. You guys got big fish up there in Michigan, Mark. But it ain't nothing like bass fish in Florida. Because I'm in a t-shirt right now. Y'all are freezing. Way too cold for me in Michigan. Way too cold for me in Michigan. No thanks. Ice fishing, that's you guys. That's you guys all day. Let me get a drink. So I had a conversation with Old Outlaw today, man, and he was talking about my fishing day and stuff like that, and he was like, how many did you catch and how many dinks? And I was like, it's funny. I didn't even take any swings at dinks. Like, I'm finding my cast numbers are decreasing by 20, 30, 40 casts an hour. And I say that like, haha. No, I'm pretty serious, man. I'm pretty serious. If I'm working a moving bait, my goal is like 8-10 casts an hour, every minute is basically what I'm looking at. But now that I'm starting to see that I don't have to do that because I can pretty much just wait until I see fish, it's going to be a hunt, but it's going to be a hunt on the trolling motor and staring at the graphs. And I'm noticing a lot of people that are graph staring. And now I'm kind of seeing why. I'm nervous. One day I might step up to a live imaging setup, man. And that'd be a whole nother level of crazy. But the way I'm utilizing my electronics right now, it's pretty close to a live setup. If I can put myself in the area, I can make it happen with some of these fish, and we're finding that out right now. This could be a game changer, boys and girls. Pre-fish it showed us some things. Oh, it sucks here right now. Yeah, see, Mark, that's on you. It's 12 here in Southwest Michigan. Got down to 0. No way. Oh, Rachel Hayes in the house. What's going on, Rachel? I know the summers, I'm sure, are absolutely beautiful in Michigan, Rachel, but there's no way I could stay there past like July or August. Like, that would be it, because it starts to get cold come November and I'd be out of gas. That's when I move. When it starts getting frozen, you guys have no idea. When it starts getting frozen, I'm all set there. Okay? I'm not dealing with that. I'm just not. I'm sure ice fishing's a lot of fun, don't get me wrong, but I don't know how much I'm telling you, today I sweat. Hey, Rachel, I sweat today. I had yeah. I mean, I've been hearing horror stories of some of you guys is fishing, your day to day and freezing cold and not good times, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, you know what I mean? I've got 85 degrees yesterday. I think it was 88 today in direct sunlight on the lake. I could survive a polar tundra. November? Yeah, I bet it is. I get leaves falling too, Rachel. I have one of the few trees in the world that drops leaves here in Florida. So I get a lot of leaves. Believe you me, I have to deal with them quite often. It's not a lot of fun. And for some reason, they tend to blow right at my front door. So I have this massive pile that accumulates that I have to take care of every couple of days when it comes to the trees falling. I don't live in the woods or nothing, but on the side of the lake, you'd be surprised. You get both temperate and deciduous. So, there's that when you start talking tree talk. But I'm not an arbiter or nothing like that. I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. But yeah, pre-fishing, here we go. So we got the MLF this weekend. I'm at OF right now. Oh, really? What's OF? Hey, Scott, what's up, buddy? Somebody drowned 3 days ago. Don't trust ice. Oh, see, Rachel, that's the next issue. Like, there's a lot of stuff, like a lot of hazards with winter sports. I've got to worry about gators and every other thing down here pretty much. Oh, my goodness. Faye said only friends. Yeah, it's awesome. All right, so that took me right off my thing. Listen, with these socks I got on right now, I'm sure I could get like $1.99 twice. And that'll probably be the last time I get $1.99. Because, my content's pretty cheap. I'm not going to lie. It's not going to be high-class content. By no means. Speaking of high-class content, here you go. Let's do this. Oh, what's that? You noticed? My fishing gloves? No, those are cool. Yeah, those are the new Heathen Squad socks, for sure, folks. I'll tell you, my fishing day couldn't get any better. I got my gloves, and I got my socks. HeathenSquad.com. I miss those commercials, man. We haven't had time to shoot a commercial in so long. I haven't been getting a chance to do too much fishing, with Buddy down there, because I've been working on the Pearl like on a regular. It's just chaos, man. The Pearl has been my weakness at this point. For those of you guys that know, I still got to do the big unveiling. We've got some more stuff, man. I got some modeling socks and catching dinks. You know it, slaying dinks, dink slayer. Listen, we talked about this last time I was down by Buddy. Okay, I am taking the virginity of every one of those fish I'm the first one to put a hook in their face, and that is a guarantee. Some of those fish I don't think are even large enough to feed on their own at this point that I catch. I've had trouble getting my thumb in mouths, all right, but I'm the first experience that those fish ever had, and they'll never forget it. You know that. You know that. I'm sure. Trust me. Trust me. They'll have flashbacks of that. And you know why? Because they loved it. I'm just messing. That's funny though. Yeah, so anyway, pre-fishing is going good. I'm really starting to learn how these changes occur. I'm starting to figure out how these seasonal changes occur. I'm starting to figure out how to follow bass and stuff like that. He likes them young fishies, Rod said. No, Rod, it's just, I like the fact that one day I might catch one of them fishies again, and it's going to be like hopefully double digits. But it's going to be like 10 years from now, unfortunately. So maybe my little man will catch it. Maybe that experience with me will give that fish like this traumatizing event that it just years later he'll get caught again, because it was just too much for him. Wes, yeah, no, I hear you, Wes. Like I said, man, I don't know. Someday, man. Someday I'm going to land something big. Now, I land big fish, man. Now that I'm really being picky choosy with the fish that I land, I can definitely see how this game is played. And like you saw in the video, man, I think it's cheating. I think there's a little bit of cheating. Not really. It's pretty neat. I will say that. If you figure out how to use it, boys and girls, stop casting at nothing. That's exactly what I had to tell myself, Scott. That's exactly what I had to tell myself. Don't waste the effort. You could spend a half hour here casting at 5 different spots, doing every bit of the fan cast and the search patterns, and you're doing your bait rotation. And next thing you know, you've killed a half hour in the same 15 or 20 yards. That's right. Caught for the very first time. Yeah. Wearing long johns in the house. Yeah, no thanks, Mark. I'm not wearing long johns in the house. But anyway, so I just noticed that I can really, as the ad said, boys, I can maximize my time on the water. And I really feel like I'm maximizing my time on the water. I really think this is going to be a game changer, man. I think this is going to be that little bit that just keeps me mentally focused. The only other problem that I noticed is I just spend the whole trip staring down. I literally spend the whole trip just staring down now and just looking left, looking the right, looking left, looking right. I look up every once in a while to check my bearing, my heading, which direction I'm going, and then I look right back down at that graph again because God forbid I miss something or I see something coming up, because we've got a technique. Jay and I worked out a little technique today with how we're going to work the deeps. I think that's going to be a little interesting. If we start getting into some of these bigger fish that are in these fall areas, these deeper 26, 28, 30-foot areas. We've got some really deep areas here on this lake, right? It's hard to type with my fingers, so sticky. Amen, Mark. I had that problem for years, buddy, for years. If I can suggest anything, go to Rural King or some type of equestrian store and get the 100% isopropyl alcohol. You don't want that 90-10 from the store. It doesn't work right. Just in case, if it's really gummy, that's probably your best bet, bud. Not that I would know, you know what I'm saying? Not that I've ever bought that kind of equestrian stuff like that, but I've been around horses and I can tell you it takes sticky stuff off. Hint, hint. Yeah, Jeff, what's up, bud? Jeff was watching me catching fishies the other day. That was pretty funny. But no, again, guys, I really think utilizing these electronics is going to be a game changer. I think this is going to kind of give me the ability to step into a different level. Now it's going to be a question of finding fish. So the next couple of days, next Monday and next Tuesday, here's the plan. I didn't do the sign. I should have held up the sign to show you guys the plan. Well, see you later, Wes. Enjoy dinner, man. So like I said, guys, here's the plan. The plan is that we're going to definitely take next Monday and next Tuesday and try to get a little extra time and really push these batteries. I need to know power wise where I'm going to be at over a course of a 4 or a 6 or an 8 hour day. Tomorrow, Thursday or Friday, I've got to go by the marina. I've got to pick up the fuel line for the boat. I'm going to go ahead and get a new primer ball for it. I know that's an important thing to do. You know, I don't even know, you guys. I mean, there's just going to be more and more and more stuff that I have to do with this project. But, you know, realistically, man, if everything works out, I should have like a brand new boat by the end of this. No, I'm just kidding. It won't be a brand new boat. The plan is there is no plan. Is my plan. Amen, Pam. That's exactly how I feel. Unfortunately, with everything that we've been doing, realistically, Pam, it's going to be crunch time. Like, I don't know if you know it or not. I have spent more time. I've got almost 18 hours of real time right now that I've been putting in on this thing as far as all these electronics and learning how to use these things. And one guy was telling me today, you just get better and better the longer you keep using them. You really start to like hone in, you get your distances. Like right now I'm only working in 40 feet is my distance. My unit can go out to 200. My unit goes out 200 feet, baby. Yeah. No, I can get visual area 200 feet on each side of the boat from the unit, from the transducer, and I've got mine set to 40 foot because I can't read anything out further than that. And that's not because it's not giving me a picture. It's totally giving me a picture. I just don't know what to look for. Now, I guess realistically, if you're only looking for big fish, it would probably behoove you just to leave that thing set out a bit further and only pick up the fish that are big enough to register at that distance. You're going to know that's a big. You're going to know that's a big. Like I said, I can do screen recording on this unit. So my next goal... tournaments next, not this weekend, Pam, next weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I think it's like the 10th, the 11th, and the 12th. So it's going to be a little stressful. You know, like I said, I've only got 2 more days of pre-fishing that I can do. I'm not getting on the water Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Not going to do it. Just not going to do it. We got MLF in town. I'm hoping to run into a guy that I met, I think it was his second year of being a pro, who just like crushed back-to-back series in the Toyota MLF series. I don't want to name drop, but if you know anything about the fishing world, this kid's hot. This kid's got it going on, man. And I met this guy. My son and I hung out with him when he was early on in his fishing game. And now this dude's the guy. So we might have a pretty good episode of Tackle Talk coming up. One night I'm hoping, I really would be honored if this dude ended up on there. And I think you guys might find this pretty cool too, especially when we start going into a little bit about who this guy is. This guy is the real deal, man. So it'd be kind of cool. He could probably tell us a lot of stuff about what we're doing with our electronics. I'm sure he could tell us 100 million different techniques that he utilizes. This guy's an open water fisherman, and that's my next skill. I mean, I've done a lot of bank fishing. I've done a lot of beating the bank. I've done a lot of, beating the reeds, beating this, beating that. As far as, the different structures and things like that, pitching, flipping, I'm not very good at it. You have to play to your strengths, and those are not my strengths. And I know that. So now I'm learning offshore, because offshore, oh my goodness, if I can get this down, this is where the big fish finds. I will be hoping for a red sky the night before. Thanks, Pam. I appreciate that, Pam. What I hope for, if you really want to hope for, Pam, just hope the boat starts. Let's start there. No, I'm just kidding. Boat starts. That's not an issue. Let's just hope we can get the boat up in peak running performance at this point. I'm trying. Like I said, I've got a lot of stuff I've already done to this thing. The amount of time we put in just mounting the equipment that we put in over the last couple of days, last week, that was unbelievable. I mean, we were running all kinds of wires. We ran new harnesses. We ran new this. We ran new that. It was just unbelievable. Unbelievable, some of the stuff that we were doing. And we did it. We did it. We had to get it all ready. I mean, there was the trolling motor we had to build a wedge for the trolling motor. I mean, these are all things. Decking this thing, though, you guys have no idea. That's already in play as we speak. That whole process of redecking this boat is on. We are going to have a much larger walk around space, way more storage, way more functionality, no more up top lids, everything flush mount. Like it's going to look fancy. Just so you know, it's not going to look like a ghetto 1979 boat. Like it's going to have all the cool features that the new ones got on them, except the motor. You know, that old 2-stroke boy, she's going to be getting it. So yeah, there's that. That should get a little interesting. We're going to try to make that happen. If you guys are wondering what all this is up here, this is a drone. This is Ocklawaha River. I went out on the Ocklawaha River fishing with my buddy Steve, Drywall Steve. And I took a lot of drone video that day because Drywall Steve was back at the boat and me. Just pretty much leaving me back there to fend for myself, stopping at every spot and hitting it up. And I told him, that's okay, man. That's okay. I got something for that. Because next time Big Steve and I fish, I'm going to back of the boat Steve and put him out on the Blue Pearl. But I got to make sure the Blue Pearl runs and everything's up and good before I even think about taking people out. You know, especially on a different lake other than the one I'm on right now. This one I got people I can call and I can get a ride. That's not a big deal. But I leave this lake and there's nobody I can call and get a ride. Like I don't have many friends, so there's that. You know, kind of got to get a CETO annual pass if that's the case. You know what I mean? Because again, like I said, we just hope the boat starts and she runs and everything stays together and we don't throw no parts when we're in the middle of the day. We'll see, though. I mean, there's always that to look forward to, boys and girls. I'm learning a lot about transition times, though. I'm really getting a chance to see the fish doing some pretty neat stuff, which is pretty important to me, if you ask me. Because learning the different methods that the fish have for moving around and transitioning and stuff like that, like all that stuff is fantastic, man. Every bit of that stuff, learning that stuff, how the fish move, what the fish do, things like that, their patterns and their travels, all that stuff is super duper important if you want to be good at this. That's what they're telling me. Now, I don't know if any of that's true because, you know, who am I? Who am I? You know what I mean? I'm just a guy. I'm just trying to learn how to do the fishing like everybody else is, you know? But we'll see. We'll see. Fish patterns. We found a lot of interesting structure. We found interesting structure holding fish. We learned what crappie looked like today on the side in mega imaging. That was pretty neat. I mean, we're learning a lot of stuff, man, all the way around. And if you ask me, that's like super duper cool. Do you fire? No, Mark. There's you're not allowed to have a fire on your boat, Mark. It's unsafe. You know, it's unsafe, Mark, to have fires on the boat. Physically, not a good idea. You go quickly, real quick, like so quick, like while you're doing. No, you can't, man. This is a big deal, bud. You sign a lot of documents when you enter tournaments like this that say, I will not do this, I will not do this, I will not do this. You know what I mean? And you listen, don't get yourself in trouble now. You know what I mean? That's not the kind of place you want to get yourself in trouble, especially if you end up with some money on hand and then you blow it. Yeah. just so you're prepared, right, Mark? Just in case, man. You never know. You might have to tap out. You might have to blow that fish. You might have to blow that fish whistle. You know, you might have to blow that fish whistle a few times just to kind of slow things down, put everything more, I guess you could say, into perspective, right? Into perspective. Goodness, Mark, this guy. I cannot believe this guy. I mean, it is what it is, man. You know, pre-fishing's one thing, you know, but you don't want to go out for the big show with the head on it. I don't think people are good about that, you know. You want to be real careful about starting fires on boats, you know what I mean? Oh, you guys are now giving me tips. Oh, my goodness. Don't give me tips. I don't need none of that knowledge. Jeez, you guys. I'm telling you. Nah, man. Listen, it's going to be a lot of stress. We are going to, for those of you that have been watching the lives, we're going to try a few more places Monday and Tuesday. I hate to tell you guys this, but if you do want to catch them, you got to check the notifications. I don't know if YouTube's doing notifications on those. I'm going through the GoPro Quick app to do setup on the live stream, so it's not like setting up a YouTube live stream. It's a lot different. Oh, that's it. I'm finding a fish whistle. That's what it is, fam. It's fish whistles. I'm telling you right now, fish whistles, they'll get you through the day sometimes. Sometimes you just got to just blow the whistle. You know what I'm saying? Blow the whistle. Yeah, Pam, but you could get 3 to 5 if you try to buy it on Amazon. Little joke there. Okay, so yeah, like I said, we're learning a lot in pre-fish about transitioning fish, and that's a big deal. YouTube notifies me. Hey, that's good. I appreciate that, Faye. But see, here's the thing. YouTube doesn't let me know that I did the stream. So going through the GoPro, as much as I loved it, and I think that's the way to go, we are going to have a little bit of an issue. Oh, look at that. My dishwasher cycle is complete. My TV lets me know that the dishwasher's done. Just, so we're clear. That's the kind of notifications I get sitting in the office. Hey, by the way, the dishwasher's done. Back on topic. So here we go. Yeah, learning a lot this pre-fish. I'm getting an area down that I know I can stream for you guys. I think that'll be kind of neat. Bear with me on the live streams as far as the fishing live streams, man. If it ends, there's a pretty good chance that another one will come back on. Just give it a minute or two, because YouTube might not send out another message. I've been checking in the analytics on the back end. I think it only sent out 12 notifications on this last fishing trip. So, I mean, that was pretty weak on their part. And I know there's more than 12 going out because I see the numbers when I look at it like this. I always take a few rolls. Yep, at the golf course. Yeah, man. That's the way it works, Mark. At the golf course, that's totally different. You could step off on a lost ball, and start a fire in the woods where you shouldn't start fires in the woods, Mark. TV might need a fish with. The TV, no, it's this whole Samsung link. We'll have another night. We'll talk about all that stuff. But again, I need to get a little bit more done next week, guys. Monday and Tuesday, I've got 4 other spots on the lake that we're going to go roll around to. So got to get the fuel line done this week. Might take Sunday for a few minutes. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. I might take a Sunday and go live down at the weigh-in for the MLF, if you guys are down with going and seeing something like that. I like going down to weigh-ins and stuff, and I think doing one of those live might be cool. We could get a chance to run into a lot of the MLF pro fishermen. You can probably believe that a few of them know me, recognize me. We've talked before, so we'll prove that. I think it'd be kind of interesting to hopefully run into a few of these guys and have it live. Just a little chit chat with the guys and show you guys what an MLF thing looks like. If some of you guys are into watching it, I think it'd be a lot of fun. I got to find out if there's like a copyright issue or something like that, making sure I don't break any rules, because that's a paid for event. I guess you can film concerts and stuff. You can film NASCAR. I don't know, because I think there's a recreation issue. I'll have to look into that. Just so you guys know. But there's a chance we could go down to an MLF weigh-in on Sunday. I think that'll be a lot of fun, see what's going on. Got to check the rule book, you know what I'm saying? It's like going live from a sporting event. If they own the rights to it, you can't do it. That's the bottom line. Last thing I want to do is get hit with an issue, just because, oh, by the way, here's a strike for you're an idiot. You should have known better to go to a live event that somebody else is sponsored and paid for. So we'll find out. But then again, could be cool. Face dropping. Yeah, that exactly, Pam. That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's what I want to do. I'm hoping to run into a few people that I've met 4 or 5 times. So that'll be kind of funny to pop in front of a camera with them and like, hey, so how do you feel about the tournament? Just take a little mic in their face and stuff, and be like, But they'll all laugh. It'll be funny. I'll clear it with them before I do anything. I'll start reaching out and see who all's here and where, and we'll see who makes it to Sunday. I'm sure these are kind of guys that make it to Sunday, but I'm really excited to see some of these guys that I've been running into this week. A lot of quality professional fishermen running around this week, and again, big numbers out here on Harris are just begging. The only problem is these guys are going to devastate it for us. A weekend with these guys and the number of boats is just going to be brutal. Fish displacement is going to be a massive issue. as far as where they're going to return these fish to. That's going to be something else I might want to start skating around for on Monday and Tuesday, possible drop points and things like that, where they're taking these things and releasing them. How far did they get? Start, really keeping a log and some tracking. We might be able to chase down a few fish just on the open water out somewhere in the lake where they dropped these things and they just sat there, and hunkered down for a little bit to figure out what was going on. I would love to come across a couple 3, 4 8-pounders, 10-pounders or something out there, because this next tournament's a big fish only. So, it is what it is, dude. If I lock into something, we've already talked about it. We've done a little pregame plan. The pregame plan is anything over 4 is getting weighed. But now that we're figuring out the electronics, and I say we because he figured it out today too. My son's figured it out. It's really, really neat. It's not rockets, surgery, but at the same time, man, it's not like building a Volkswagen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little bit different than that, dude. And if you really get, figured out, it's interesting because if I'm using this correctly, which I'm pretty sure I am at this point, we could end up taking a couple of swings at some big fish and put ourselves on the money this tournament season. So that could be really, really, really cool. Now, I don't plan on going on the circuit. I didn't say I'm cashing in my kids' college fund. I'm remortgaging the house. We're selling the cars and trucks. I'm buying a boat and then we'll pull it around with a borrowed vehicle. Yeah, no, I didn't say we're doing all that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, man, getting an opportunity to fish the Cabela's without having to go anywhere, having what I call home field advantage, not really having to worry about putting in excessive amounts of time as far as, 20, 40 hours of the week prior to the tournament, and then, 3 8-hour days of fishing, another 24, you get a 64-hour weekend, and you're a professional bass fisherman. Some of these guys are having to hunt this lake. It's a big lake and it's a big mess, and there's a lot of common places, but where these common places get real interesting is there's only containing fish in a few areas of it, and some of them they're skilled. And what I mean by they're skilled is the fishery is difficult. You're going to be dealing with suspended fish. You're going to be dealing with obstructions underwater. You're going to be finding yourself taking casts that you wouldn't really, if you didn't have to take, you wouldn't take them. But there's a fish back there, and that it is because you already saw it. And that's what Patty and I were talking about today. We saw several fish that would have been cool to show you guys, but we might leave them there, and if these MLF guys don't find them, see you later, Rod. If these MLF guys don't find them, that's the first place I'm going to be peeking on Monday and Tuesday. And to me, that's a big deal. Hey, Shawanda, to me, that's a big deal. Having a little knowledge of where there might be a few good-sized fish hiding. Again, no bags this next tournament. It's a big fish-only tournament. Oh, food's done. We'll eat up, Rob. We'll see you again. Thanks for hanging out, bud. But this next tournament, it's big fish only, so it's time to take swings. The live's going to be interesting. I'm going to try to shoot it live, but to be honest with you guys, if it turns into 1, 2, 3 times I'm trying to restart this thing, I'm just going to cut it, and I'm just going to move on. I have to at that point. When you electronics, you need to use it like a destroyer looking for a sub. That's exactly what I need to start thinking, Scott. And it's funny that you mentioned that, because Patty and I were talking about that today too. It is literally just going to be a get it. Just get it. Don't waste time. If there's no fish there, move on. A lot of different looks, a lot of different waters, a lot of different angles. Find fish. Run the pattern through the fish. Post up on away from the fish. Cast into the fish. Circle the fish. Do whatever you got to do to make the fish bite. And today we did that. Today we kind of figured that out. We kind of figured that out toward the end of the day. So that worked out really good for us. In my personal opinion. I mean, what do I know? You know what I'm saying? I was just out there fishing. So, and you guys didn't see it this time. Imagine that. Well, boys and girls, on that note, I think we're going to save this one. I think episode 50, we're going to call it in the books. I'm going to say this bad boy turned out great. Thank each and every one of you guys for hanging out. Listen, if your mamas don't love you, I do, because all y'all seem to be pretty down to earth and good people. I appreciate everybody hanging out. I appreciate everyone's support. What more can I say other than thank you guys? Thank you for sure. Back in the late 80s, we used to drive slowly up tide 80 to 120 feet of water to drop baits on cod 30 miles offshore. Goodness, Scott, that's crazy. That's a big fish. And thanks, Beards. Love you long time. And guys, listen, don't forget, it's been real. It's been fun. We'll see you guys on the next one. See ya.